يا والأجور يا مرحبا يا مرحبا.
رجل شديد بياض الثياب شديد سواد الشعر لم يرى عليه أثر السفر ولم يعرفه منا أحد. A man exclusively white, dark hair, no spot or sign of fatigue and travel. None of us know him. Mysterious man. He has come into the gathering of the Rasul, and he sits with his knees touching the knees of the Prophet, and then he says, Ya Muhammad sallallahu ala Muhammad, akhbirni anil Islam. Tell me about Islam. So the Prophet answered, and when the Prophet finished, the man said, Sadaqt. You spoke the truth. So the ashab says, we're astonished. He asks and confirms, as though he knows the answer, so why are you asking? And then he says, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ الْإِيمَانِ. Tell me, O Muhammad, about Iman. The Rasul explained. And he says, Sadaqt. True. So then he said, أَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ الْإِحْسَانِ. Tell me about Ihsan. The Prophet explained. The man said, correct. And then he asks, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنِ السَّاعَةِ. Tell me, O Muhammad, about the hour. So he said, مَا الْمَسْئُولُ عَنْهَا بِأَعْلَمَ مِنَ السَّائِلِ. The one you're asking doesn't know more than the one who was asking. The asked doesn't know more than the one asking. So then he says, فَأَخْبِرْنِي عَنْ أَمَارَاتِهَا. Tell me its signs, أي علاماتها. So he says, and listen to the one who doesn't speak of his own desires. أن تلد الأمة ربتها. When a lady gives birth to her master. When a female servant gives birth to her master. And you want to see your masters today, look at your children. You live for them. Mobile phone, mom, حاضر. This على رأسي وعيني. And you do something wrong, خلاص, not speaking to you for today, mom. أمت ربتها. You have given birth to your masters. The Prophet said it, for it was unheard of then. They lived in servitude of their parents. And then the second sign, and Subhan al-Khaliq, وَأَن تَرَى حُفَاةً عُرَاةً عَالَةً رِعَاءَ الشَّاءِ يَتَطَاوَلُونَ فِي الْبُنْيَانِ. When you see the barely clothed, like they don't have good clothing, not adequate clothing, barefooted, destitute, shepherds and goat herders competing in the heights of buildings. So I researched. Who is competing in the heights of buildings? Subhan al-Khaliq. The tallest building on earth today, where is it? Dubai. I watched the footage of Sheikh Zayed. You know, ordinary simple clothing, he's wrestling with one of his workers. An ordinary shepherd, the oil camp, skyrocketed. And now the tallest building on earth is in their country. When the barefooted destitute will compete in the heights of buildings. So I said maybe coincidence. A few years before that, the clock tower of Mecca. And now the Saudis have thought, bless their hearts, how can they beat us? Let's make another one. The next building started yesterday. 1 kilometer in the air. Sadaq al-Sadiq. His word is the sign. Who would have thought at the time where they used to build with pebbles, houses that barely had roofs, that they would compete in skyscrapers? وَرَبُّ الْكَعْبَ, everything the man has uttered is true. And then comes the big signs. The small signs the scholars say is almost done. There's just a few left. Then comes the big signs. How will they come? الأمارات أي علامات خرزات منزومات في سلك فإن يقطع السلك يطبع بعضها بعضا. They are like beads on a necklace. When it gets cut, they will follow one after the other. The Dajjal comes. after the Dajjal, in the year Masih comes, Isa alayhi salam, Yajuj and Majuj come. The sun rises from the west. خصف بالمشرق وخصف بالمغرب وخصف في جزيرة العرب. A landslide in the east, a landslide in the west, and one in the Arab Peninsula. A fire that will start from Yemen. The major signs is what we're waiting for. And when they pass, when Allah Rabbul Izzah wishes and understand that no one knows when judgment will come. قال سبحانه إن الله عنده علم الساعة. It is a possessive pronoun. With me alone is the knowledge of the hour.
ككبش ذبيح بذكر الإله تطيب الحياة تسر أسارير وجه صبيح.